7 o'clock. We're ready to go. Good evening. I'll call this meeting of the Cartersville City Council to order. If you'll please stand for our invocation and pledge.
Please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, on this National Day of Prayer, we again bow our heads in thanks to you for the many blessings we each have in our lives and in those of our families and friends, and here in this wonderful city that we are so blessed to call our home. We ask your guidance tonight as we do the work of the city, and your protection as we continue through our week and weekend ahead. Be with those recovering from the storms and flooding this week as we all put our trust and faith in you, that all things do work together for good. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Will you join me for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Keelan, the roll, please.
Carrie Hodge, Ward 1. Here. Jay Stepp, Ward 2.
Here.
Lois Tonsmeyer, Ward 3.
Here.
Lindsay McDaniel, Ward 4.
Here.
Diane Tate, Ward 5. Here. Lori Pruitt, Ward 6. Here.
Thank you, Connie. Our first order of business is the approval of our meeting minutes from April 17th. Council, you've had these well in advance of tonight. Had a chance to review them. Any additions, deletions, corrections would be acceptable at this time, and if there are none, a motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And the minutes are approved unanimously. We have got a few rounds of recognition tonight, and certainly happy to do that. We're honored, we'll honor first recognize our Teachers of the Year. And the way that we'll do this, I have resolutions here with each of the teachers that we're honoring here today from each of the schools. Melanie Page from Cartersville Primary, Haley Wilson from Cartersville Elementary, Sissy Adams from Cartersville Middle School, and Beth Coffin from Cartersville High School. I'm going to read this resolution that is the same on all four documents with the exception of the name, obviously. And then I'll ask council to approve these resolutions, and then I will come down and present them to you, and there'll be a photo op. You can either have me in the picture or out of the picture. No pressure. These say, whereas the teacher has been named Teacher of the Year for their respective school, and whereas their personal dedication and sincere concern for quality education has made them an asset to the school system, and whereas their leadership has provided a vital service to the children of Cartersville, and whereas it is the desire of the city of Cartersville to honor this most valuable teacher, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Cartersville that because of their dedication and excellent performance of service, that this means be taken to honor them for being selected as Teacher of the Year 2015 for their school. So, council, those are the four resolutions that are in place for each of those people that we just mentioned a moment ago. I would entertain a motion, or if there's any discussion prior to that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And they're approved. Thank you. I'm going to do a quick little tap dance here, and I'm going to come down to that other microphone, and I'll present these to you. And I'm going to take them in the order that they're stacked on the frame, so I don't know what order they're in. And this goes to the Cartersville Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Ms. Haley Wilson. From Cartersville Middle School, Sissy Adams.
Got your glasses.
Well, I've got them. Let's do stuff everywhere. From Cartersville High School, Beth Coffin.
It's not stubbornness, it's bad.
And from Cartersville Primary, Melanie Page. Now, I know you would never let your students leave class early once they were done with their work, but if you have other plans for the evening, you're certainly welcome to stay, but if not, we certainly understand and won't be offended, so.
Congratulations.
Just make sure you get a hall pass from the police chief on the way out.
Merchant wants to leave too.
The next round of recognition tonight comes in the form of celebration of National Historic Preservation Month. We've got a proclamation and awards, and certainly as we just saw through our school system, we have people that have a tremendous passion for education. Our city has got passionate people in a number of different areas, and historic preservation is one of them. The members of the Historic Preservation Commission probably get more training than anybody else that serves on any of the authorities or commissions in the city of Cartersville. They spend a number of hours becoming expert in their field, and I know we've got a number of them here tonight. I want to thank you for your service to the city. One of the folks on council that has a special passion for historic preservation is Mayor Pro Tem Tate, and so I've asked her to handle the proclamation and the awards tonight. So take it away, Dan.
Thank you. Be glad to, Mayor. May is nationwide National Historic Preservation Month, and in honor of that, this proclamation will be read. Whereas historic preservation is an effective tool for encouraging community reinvestment, fostering local pride, and maintaining community character while enhancing livability. And whereas historic preservation is relevant for communities across the nation, both urban and rural, and for Americans of all ages, all walks of life, and ethnic backgrounds. Whereas the city of Cartersville is a treasure trove of historic resources, including properties in the downtown business district, Cherokee Castle Historic District, Granger Hill Historic District, Old Town, and West End Historic District. Whereas historic preservation is economically, environmentally, and socially sustainable, fostering a culture of reuse and maximizing the life cycle of all of our resources through conservation. And whereas it is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contributions made by dedicated individuals in helping to preserve the tangible aspects of the heritage that has shaped the city of Cartersville and us as a people. Now therefore I, Matt Santini, Mayor of Cartersville, do proclaim May 2014 as National Preservation Month and call upon the people of Cartersville to join their fellow citizens across the U.S. in recognizing and participating in this observation, dated this first day of May 2014. Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate you letting me do that. As a part of celebrating National Historic Preservation Month, Richard, take it away.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
For our historic districts, we have 5, full residential and our downtown business district. And I won't get into that too much other than to say that both our awards for this year are in downtown, and they are excellent downtown improvements. I encourage you to visit the old probation office space where SureSight Eye Care is now located on West Main. And I encourage you to visit and enjoy the food at Louis Cafe at 120 South Gilmer Street. I appreciate the time of Larry Gregory and Valerie Holt, who are both Historic Preservation Commission members, in being here. And I welcome our chair, Dennis Archer, to the podium.
Thank you so much, and we are so proud to be a part of our local Historic Preservation Month, because Cartersville is really the envy of so many of these historic preservation commissions. We appreciate you sending us for training, and when we are at those training sessions, you cannot believe how many people come to us, because we have been a leader with about 600 properties in our historic preservation districts, and it's transformational. The training that we receive shows how much these properties increase in value through what they call gentrification. They are irreplaceable. They are treasures, and we have such an abundance of those treasures. And they are not possible without the work of the people that own them. And we'd like to recognize tonight 2 of those people. I'd like to invite Ron Goss to come up to recognize his work at 123 West Main Street. And if you would come up, that's the site of Sure Sight Eye Care. And we have award, Diane. Could we ask our other Preservation Commission members to come up and Ron's our newest Preservation Commission member, so that is wonderful. We'll come all over, so we'll be in a little crowd. We'll surround y'all. Cartersville Civic Center on May 8th at 6 p.m.
Thank you, Ms. Archer. And thank you, Ron and Will, for the investment in downtown in our community. And as I told the teachers, you're welcome to stay. But if you have dinner plans, or if you've got to make dinner for other people, I certainly understand. We do have a couple of second reading of ordinances tonight. Mr. Anderson, if you'll get us started on that.
Yes, sir, Mayor and Council. This is a second reading of an ordinance for the Civic Center that spells out our adult entertainment rules that will be incorporated into the Civic Center rules. This was done by Keith Lovell, City Attorney, and I recommend approval of this.
And just for clarification, I know over the last couple of weeks, if you're like me, you've been asked an awful lot when you read the headline that there's an adult education, adult entertainment ordinance. Could be an education. This, to be clear, this prohibits any form of adult entertainment at the Civic Center or on any other city.
Wait. It does not prohibit, it regulates.
That's right.
The law does not allow you to prohibit it. No, you just regulate it in such a way that it can't happen.
Well, that's why you weren't allowed to leave.
Thank you. That's, yes, sir.
So thank you. No changes from the first reading?
No changes or no comments from anybody.
Yeah, I'd have been better off not making any comments either. Any discussion on this item? And if there are none, a motion would be in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Greg. Mr. Menino, you've got the next item.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. This too is a second reading. There have been no additions or changes since the first reading. This is regarding wine specialty shops to allow for tasting at places where there is purchasing. Current ordinance didn't allow that to happen. At package stores, you can't actually buy a drink. This provides some direction for doing wine tasting at wine specialty shops. With that, the Alcohol Control Control Board did recommend approval of this ordinance, with it being allowed in the downtown business district.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Randy at this point? Any discussion amongst council? And if there is none, a motion would be in order.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Tara?
Mayor and council, here before you this evening to ask for a bid budget amendment. When the Business Improvement District was established in 2002, it consisted of 3 different areas for those funds to be spent. 15% was administration, 46% was for downtown improvements that went to help purchase the trash cans and benches downtown, and 39% was for facade and sign grants. The DDA board has sent letters and contacted all downtown property owners to amend the way that that bid budget is allocated. 15% would remain for administration, 50% would be for downtown improvements, which would include the sign and facade grant program, and 35% would be allocated to downtown promotion for our various events, promoting buying local and supporting our local businesses. We have received 56% approval of the bid budget amendment.
Okay, any questions for Ms. Courier on this item?
Mayor, I have a question.
Okay.
Tara, the Wi-Fi, would that come under the category of downtown improvements? And would
Yes.
that come under
Yes.
that?
We've got that in the proposed budget.
Sir?
We've got that in the proposed city budget.
Oh, okay, not the DDA.
No, there's a line item in there for that.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions at this time? Thank you, Tara. I'll open up a public hearing relative to this proposed change, budget amendment in the Business Improvement District. Anybody wishing to step forward, speak for or against may do so at this time. And seeing none, I'll close the public hearing relative to the Business Improvement District budget amendment, and we'll take this up for consideration at our next council meeting.
Mayor, I've got one more question.
I'm sorry, I've closed the public hearing.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Tara, I was looking at this map carefully today. The downtown business district incorporates some homes on Lake Street?
It does,
Okay.
yes. On the north side.
Okay. So that doesn't affect, I mean, what does that affect?
Are you talking
Not
about
that-
in behind the chamber, aren't those offices anyway?
No, these are homes.
There are homes, and so everyone, residential do also pay that additional 2.5%
Okay.
mill.
That was
And so
my
we have
question.
contacted residents
Okay.
as well, including those living in Integrity Plaza.
What would it be, 5 or 6 homes on that side of Lake Street?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
not
you.
very many.
So you contact them and they've agreed to also pay?
Yes, so the,
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Tara.
Sorry, Mayor.
That's okay, not a problem at all. Good information. We'll move forward. Again, that was a public hearing, and then we'll have that would be a resolution or an ordinance, or what would that be at our next meeting? Thank you, a resolution, and we'll take that up at our next meeting. And Mr. Riggs, you've got the next 2 items, please, sir.
Yes, Mayor. The first is a 10-year extension of our existing franchise agreement with Kingston, and we recommend approval of that.
Questions for Gary on this item?
I should have asked you earlier, I'm just curious, what dollar figure is there on this, the 4% that goes to them? What would you guess that is? Maybe.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean, it's added to
it
the,
can't be a whole lot.
I have no idea.
All right.
Sorry.
I stole their question.
Okay.
Gary, what?
Any other questions or comments? If not, Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve? Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Continue on, please.
Okay, the second one is an agreement with GDOT down at Tennessee and Felton. Part of our main is own easement, and this establishes our prior rights, and if we're in conflict, they pay our relocation costs.
Okay. Any questions about this agreement?
Yeah, can you get one of these deals for water?
Only if you got easement before they buy right away.
Sorry.
Chair will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you,
Thanks.
Gary. Bob, you got the last 3, please.
All right, up first, we have the Mission Road Gravity Sewer. We're requesting a change order, total amount there for $25,685. ran into two issues during construction. There was a stormwater catch basin that was damaged during construction. It was unmarked and, to the best of our knowledge, completely unknown prior to us uncovering it. And the other issue was a manhole that had been installed at least in 1916, possibly prior, collapsed during construction because we're actually digging up to it to connect to it, and during that times where we had the problem, structural failure had to be replaced. So we would request that you authorize that change order amount. And,
Not a 100-year warranty on that work?
you know, I really wanted to get 100 years out of that thing. I was really disappointed, but we just didn't make it.
All right, any discussion on this change order? And if not, Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Continue on, Bob.
All right. Number 2, high service pump. We've had this here before. Took the pump in, actually took it to the shop, tore it down, and found that there was some additional damage that was unknown prior to taking it apart. It is a bronze wear sleeve that's an integral part of the pump. The sleeve is actually manufactured by a foreign company now, and there is a very long lead time on getting the part. Cole Electric, who's doing the work, has stated that they can manufacture the part and have it reassembled and delivered in 2 weeks. And they're requesting $5,428 for that change. That would bring the total pump repair cost to $11,615.50. This is a critical piece of equipment for us. It's our smallest water pump. Not having it is costing us somewhere around $100 a day additional in power. We're pumping 8 million gallons a day with a 1,000 horsepower pump. It's sort of like swatting a fly with a sledgehammer. It's just way overkill and very expensive. So we request that you approve that change and let us get that pump fixed and back in service.
Okay. Questions for Mr. Jones on this change order? And if there are none, a motion would be in order.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And the final item, please, Bob.
All right, this is our Komatsu pump station at the end of Main Street. Had a problem with that, became aware of it several weeks ago, went out, investigated, realized we had a leak, used city crews to excavate. We reached the limits of our equipment to dig and hadn't even reached the pipe. Not knowing what the extent of the repair was going to be, we requested bids from 3 local contractors for hourly rates. The low bid was $280 an hour by C.H. Kirkpatrick. They went out, did the work. Affected repair was actually, luckily, a very simple repair. Total cost of that came in at $6,690.60. So we would ask that you approve that expenditure and thus allow us to get that pump station back in full working order.
Okay. Questions, comments? And if not, motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Bob. Any other business that needs to come before council this evening?
Mayor, do you mind if I make a comment about
Go right ahead.
this? May 16, 17, 18, Tara, do I have those dates correct? Okay, good, thank you. Georgia Trust will bring the Ramble to Cartersville, Georgia, and there will be people from across the state that will be here in our city to see our treasures that we have. I'd like for the public to know they're going to be here because I hope everyone on the street will be a host. On Saturday, the people will be downtown going through our loft apartments, and they will have a voucher to eat anywhere they want to downtown. They will be staying in our hotels and motels. For 3 days they will be here, 2 days in Cartersville and 1 day in New Harley. So we hope that everyone that sees folks says, how can I help you? Chief, I know you're going to bring the fire truck down and have it across from Sam Jones next to the old Fire Station 1. City Hall has had a little spiffing up, and I saw the county working on the old First Baptist Church. So all around you will see this happening. Public Works, we appreciate all the work you're doing to get ready for it. Ought to be a nice weekend, and we are lucky to be chosen. We feel that. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. If you'll indulge me for just a minute, today's the National Day of Prayer. The city of Cartersville got a gift today from the folks at the National Day of Prayer. This is a Bible. They had an endeavor that was called Pray Bartow. I guess since about Monday, there were a group of about 3,000 people that read Bibles at different locations throughout the county, at the municipalities and at the courthouse. And this Bible has the names of all the people that participated in that program. It's rather lengthy, and some have written notes on the inside. We keep a Bible up here, rather old one here, David, that I'm going to temporarily...
It's been here since sometime before I got here.
Really? That's
Good
all?
Lord.
Really?
Chasing, move over.
But anyway, I'm going to, this is a gift, it was presented to me today at the National Day of Prayer. This is a gift to the city of Cartersville. I'm going to leave it here in council chambers. And then I'm going to take executive privilege a little bit. And there's a lot of interesting writing inside this, and I'm going to take this with me, and I'm going to kind of read through some of the comments that are made on the inside.
That's city property.
It's fine. And it shall remain city property. So, just thanks to those that were involved with that. Appreciate the gift on behalf of everybody at the council and the city. Anybody else? Go Hawks. Motion to adjourn. Oh, Terry, you do have something. I thought you were trying to sneak out the door real quick when
I just want to invite everyone, tomorrow night is First Friday downtown. It's a spring fling sponsored by Things to Do in Bartow.com. We've got the Alex Guthrie Band, Louis Cafe, Coconuts, lots of kids' activities, a coloring contest, so bring your whole family and all your friends. It's a free event to enjoy downtown Cartersville.
How long's the selfie contest going on?
The selfie contest does end tomorrow at 5 p.m., so there's still an opportunity to go to downtowncartersville.org and download your list of challenges. There's a $100 Visa gift card up for a prize. You can get a selfie with the mayor. That's 5 points right there, so go ahead and download that. It's been a fun activity.
Thanks, Terry. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Anyone else? James, do the honors.
So moved. Go home.
Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved, doesn't say it.
That doesn't-
That's why it didn't work.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. They get a rough on that guy.